to Cityline. Well, with me, I have a beautiful and familiar face. Every time she graces us with her presence, we get to hear violins, and that's because she is with Symphony Tacoma. I'm talking about the amazing Karina Barn, who is the executive director. Welcome back to Cityline, my dear.
Hi, Amanda. How are you?
I am great. It's good to see you, and it's even better to see pictures of you and your beautiful partner back there when we could be out and about, and it inspires me not to give up hope during this phase two.
Exactly, me too.
In spite of not being able to perform live because we are in the middle of a pandemic, Symphony Tacoma has managed to produce quite a few virtual programs this year. They have been outstanding. Tell us about what you've been up to, my dear.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Just recently, yesterday, in fact, or Tuesday for whenever this airs, we were able to do our first live stream performance. And this was with our woodwind quintet. It was from Danzi to Piazzolla. And that was filmed over at University Place Presbyterian Church and is currently up on our YouTube page. And besides that, we've been recording and trying to release chamber music once a month. And then Maestra Sarah has worked her magic with our Encore series. And we've been reliving all of our favorites from the past. And she has set everything to stunning, stunning new visuals. So we have pictures from the National Park Service. We have some video footage from when Symphony Tacoma was performing at the Pantages Theater. So it's been kind of a whole array. And then finally, we have been doing our interview series that's on Facebook as well as YouTube. And we're getting members of the community in and just talking about either recent events. And then we've also been talking about things that related to music. So for example, in November, we did how do you make a trumpet? And that was a really, really enlightening experience.
I love that. You know, as I watch everything that you reinvent, I think that you've become a documentary filmmaker because you and Sarah and the rest of your team have really taken archival material, but set it to a new face with new videos. And it's wonderful to watch these previously recorded experiences new again. I love them. So this weekend, you have another new program. What can we look forward to?
So we are having a conversation with some community members, and it's a preview to a interlude series that we'll be having in May. And it's a preview to an opera that Greg Hughes, who is a professor at a Pacific Lutheran University, has recently composed, and it's called The Tacoma Method. And it's about the Chinese expulsion from Tacoma in the late 1800s. And so on Saturday, we're going to be welcoming Greg. We'll also be welcoming our soprano, Hai Ting, as well as the librettist Zhang on our Facebook as well as our YouTube channels. And we're going to be talking about the process in which Greg composed the piece, why he chose to compose the piece, the relevancy of it right now, given all of the Asian hate that we have and recent events. And then we'll also be talking with our videographer, Jasper Davis, who will give us shed some light on how you can actually do recordings during the pandemic and the difficulties that are associated with that. So we're really excited for that conversation to be taking place in just a couple days.
Oh, I love those conversations because it leads me to ask the question, when will we be able to actually hear the Tacoma Method?
Yeah, so we have 3 arias that were recorded that we'll be performing in May. And then we're looking to do the full opera, which Greg has composed sometime in the next couple of seasons. Right now, with the uncertainties with the pandemic, obviously, you know, choirs have had some issues rehearsing, even though we're getting back to that. So we felt it was best just to be a little bit cautious when it comes to those voices. And then we're hoping in the next couple of seasons we'll be able to actually do that as a performance.
It's great to have that in a hopper, kind of put away as that gift you're going to open later on. What else do we have to look forward to between now and June? Because I know that you don't sleep. You're always creating.
Well, speaking of our singers, our Symphony Tacoma voices have been rehearsing under the Phase 2 guidelines, and they'll be releasing a song set coming up in May 29th for us. And it's a great way for us to really wrap up our interlude series, which was our new music series featuring our Symphony Tacoma voices, who we miss so much. And I just need to say that Jeffrey Boers, our director, has done a great job making sure that our choir sticks together and has a sense of community during this time. So we're really excited about that. We'll also be doing our interlude series with the Tacoma Method, and those 3 arias that we were able to record a couple of months ago. Those will be done. And as well, we're going to be taking a look at Symphony Tacoma's education programs and talking to Maestra Sarah about a conducting workshop and composition workshop that we have in partnership with the Cascades Conducting Festival. So we're excited to do that in June. And then I think everyone's going to take a little bit of a break starting in July, because it has been a lot of stuff that we have been able to do.
So one of my favorite things that you do, besides hand me a violin and watch me suffer, is that you have mini maestros. So what's coming up for all of your mini maestros?
We have this really interesting story called Kitty's Great Adventure that was composed by one of our board members, Deborah Anderson, and her daughter, Erica, made coloring sheets to go along with the story. So we sent out a call to have your kids color, and we received over 100 entries. So we're really excited about the amount of students that were able to participate in this. So we have a recording of the orchestra, and we'll be showing the pictures from our community that were colored as Kitty goes on her adventure. It's a companion piece almost to Peter and the Wolf, and it's about Nora and her grandmother's adventure with Kitty.
Oh my gosh, I grew up with Peter and the Wolf. So anything that is a part of that or the same kind of genre, I'm in. I love it. Looking ahead to next season, gosh, I can't believe we're actually even saying that. What are your plans at this point?
Well, we are hopeful. We're hopeful that we'll be able to have performances in the Pantages, and we're just really excited to finally welcome people back in the hall. So Maestra Sarah and I are still in the process of making sure that we have all of your favorite guest artists coming in, and also making sure that some of those concerts that were supposed to happen, almost a year ago, actually do happen. So we're taking a look to see which ones would be best for next season, and then also working with the guidelines that we have set forth by the governor to make sure that those programs can take place and which ones can. So we will have more to come in just a couple of days, actually, about what we'll be doing in the fall.
Oh, I love that. So how can people help Symphony Tacoma right now, besides keeping in touch, looking on your website, subscribing? What else can we do for you?
Well, we love our YouTube subscribers. So if you have a chance, go to youtube.com/Symphony Tacoma and press subscribe, and you can turn notifications on so you can see all of the programs that we're doing. And also financial support is definitely very important to us. Symphony Tacoma will be participating in Give Big coming up at the beginning of May. So if you have the resources and are able to make a donation to help keeping our music going, that we certainly appreciate it. But if you can't, definitely watching our programs and giving us comments and feedback is certainly a great way to support us.
Karina, as always, it is such a pleasure to have you on Cityline. You have such a genuine warmth and a genuine sense of creativity about you that when I see your name, I think this is going to be a fabulous conversation. So my dear, thank you so much. Give our thanks to Maestro Ioannidis and the rest of your team for continuing to inspire us during a time where we need it the most.
Thank you for having me. And I just really quickly want to thank our season sponsor, Multicare, as well as Tacoma Creates, just for their support of Symphony Tacoma during this time. Thanks so much.
Absolutely, my dear. And just a reminder that our friends at Palmer Scholars Stay and Cheer campaign is happening this month. It's a great way to assist a young person in reaching their dreams of a better life through education. So please support our friends at Palmer's Scholar. And that wraps up another great segment of Cityline. It's always a pleasure and privilege to zoom into your home from my kitchen. We've given you some great things to think about in this past hour. Above all, you know what I'm going to say. Please continue to wear your mask. Wash your hands, keep your gatherings small, keep yourself socially distanced, but not emotionally distant, and also please get your shot. And when you do all that, we'll be waiting for you right here at Cityline. Take care.
Tacoma is my home, from the pines to the dawn. Tacoma is my home, yeah, Tacoma, that's my home. Tacoma, that's my home, place I call my own. Tacoma, that's my home, yeah, Tacoma, that's my home. Oh, you're from Seattle, oh, you're from LA, oh, you're from Chicago, but Tacoma's where you'll stay. Oh, you're from Seattle, oh, you're from LA, oh, you're from Chicago, but Tacoma's where you'll stay, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home, from the pines to the lawn. Tacoma, that's my home, yeah, Tacoma, that's my home.